What I think of as violence has changed throughout my life. When people talk about a sport being violent, I can't even associate the word with violence. People might say, fighting in a cage, mixed martial arts is violent. People are punching each other, kicking each other, choking each other. There's a referee there. It's not violent at all. I think when your head's removed from your body, I think when people stab you, people shoot you, your body comes apart, you get blown up, you kill children because they go to school, I think that's violent.
Sergeant Paul Cale is a Special Forces soldier and a founding member of the 2nd Commando Regiment, a unit that's seen more violence and casualties than any other branch of the Australian Defence Force. In 2013, Paul made headlines when he stormed an enemy compound and strangled a Taliban leader. Since then, Paul has developed an instinctive model for close-quarter combat that he teaches to elite special forces around the world. Paul's built a career on state-sanctioned violence, so we're going to unpack what that feels like. Good to meet you.
Yeah, same.
Honored to meet you. What are you guys doing here?
The idea is to use combat sports, so it's a related fitness to combat, but it's not combat. I can use techniques and skills like understanding balance and control of my body, which relates to combat, but in a sporting context. The body doesn't identify one stress from another. So I've got to learn how to put the body under stress and how to put soldiers under stress.
I would have thought that because the violence isn't in itself real, it's kind of simulated, that you'd have to almost overdo that kind of...
It's the opposite.
Yeah,
because what will happen is I'll just overwhelm you with violence. If you're overwhelmed, you won't do anything. You'll just become...
scared.
Prey. You'll have a fear for violence. I don't want you to have a fear for violence. I want you to thrive in violence. I want you to treat it as if it's ordinary.
Everything in my mind is about what's happening. What is he going to do with?
All right, I'm going to choke out the presenter now.
Want to be the first time?
Won't be the last. Right, come on in, mate. Just jump down on your knees.
Yeah.
I'm lifting myself up here. Up, hook. Okay? I want to try and cut this angle and then choke. There you go. Do you want to fall unconscious?
No.
It's funny. It's funny. It'll be great for the camera. You won't die. Come on, you trust me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay,
go on.
you'll feel like you just went to sleep. Oh, I love strangling people.
Good.
Good work.
Gives me a bit of a head spin.
You feel great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Feels like you've had a sleep for like a month.
A while.
Yeah. You kind of go, wow, that was fantastic. We're going to do some close quarter battle. So we'll move around this space tactically. All my guys are special forces. Go long. Okay, push right. Covering. Moving. Steady, work safe, work down.
Could you tell me a bit about your childhood growing up in a neighbourhood right near mine in Cranbourne? What was that like?
It was terrible. My family was not well to do. That wasn't a problem for me, but that led to a lot of being picked on with not understanding why, dealing with a lot of bullies targeting me each day at school. And I look forward to, I guess, not being there, which is the reason I joined the Army. I knew that it would extract me straight out of Cranbourne and I would end up somewhere else. As I went through school, I was never good at running, so I thought I better learn how to fight because they keep catching me. So I took up martial arts. I had a goal to get a black belt. It was a simple goal. I must get a black belt. It just kept rolling over. And then I thought when I'm older, I'll join the Army and understand about modern warfare. I'll understand how it applies today.
What was it about fighting that you felt like you needed so much?
You only have to be beaten up every day of your life to be sick of it. All these solutions I hear about bullying means nothing to me. The solution to bullying is learn how to stop bullies.
How do you stop bullies?
You talk to them in the same language they speak. The first time I was violent towards a bully, I was never bullied again. The child ended up unconscious and You know, he could have been badly hurt. I harmed him. Violence is a shocking thing. That's why terrorists use it. I'm doing something so that you change your behaviour.
But in a way, you're playing their game and you're fighting fire with fire, aren't you?
Yep.
That's the way forward. Your
Yep.
experience has dictated that that's the way to get a solution.
Well, I'm not going to get a solution by telling you that that's not the way to go.
Mm.
Do you think you'll get a solution out of me by telling me that's not the way to go?
In the military, the whole political jargon is winning the hearts and minds of everyone, you know, and it's this
No. That's not what the military's for. That's a job the military does.
Could you tell us about a time you had to make a really sharp judgment call?
We ended up in a Taliban village. When entering the village, we were blown up several times by remote-controlled IEDs, and there was a guy watching us, but he was just watching us like a spectator, and he had a phone. Running through my head how this happened, how we've been blown up, I just thought to myself, he's here for one reason. So I decided that I was going to kill him. Aimed at him, he looked at me, and we didn't speak the same language, but I could tell he was sort of like, "Are you going to shoot me?" And I'm going to have to shoot you. And I shot him and took my suppressor off, and basically that was that. It turned out that he was in fact Taliban, and there was in fact IED present. But it's an odd thing because for me, it's not a hate. There's a want to end bad people, but it's not in a way that you wish to torture them. Probably the first time I actually thought about it like that. You want to end evil people, but you don't want to become evil in doing so. When a body's lifeless, it's like a sandbag. It just slumps and the limbs just hang, or they're missing, or they're bent up the back, that it's just a slumped over piece of flesh.
Do you get much sleep?
No, I don't sleep much. Can't you tell? I don't have nightmares or anything. I just don't sleep. When I do sleep, it's no problem. It's good. But yeah, you need some medication to help knock you out sometimes. But I'm busy, so I don't like being sort of too knocked out. So sometimes I just get 3 or 4 hours sleep and off I go. We all lose a piece of ourselves over there, but you mend that, and the end product can probably be better than what you started with.